Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my 27-week update and also my appointment with the midwife. So today is Wednesday and I had an appointment with the midwife, and I also had an appointment for gestational diabetes, so a glucose test. If any of you don't know what that is, I think the times and everything differ in different countries, but usually you aren't allowed to eat or drink anything from 10 p.m. and my appointment was at 8:40 this morning, where I went to give my blood. She also took my blood for my iron as well, and because there's a history of diabetes in my family, that's one of the reasons why I had the test. I had it with my first pregnancy, but with the second one I didn't go for it, but this time they asked me would I go, and I said yeah, I'll go. So it's really hot today. It's quite cloudy, but it's really hot. Anyway, so I had the appointment. She took the bloods, and then I had to have this glucose drink and a drink of water, and then for 2 hours I wasn't allowed to leave the clinic. I had to wait and then go back and have my blood checked again. So I was waiting and I was reading my book and going on my phone and everything, when I was waiting, you know, for the 2 hours. There were some other women there as well, and there was one lady who felt faint, and they had to get her to lie down on a bed, and then after that she went and sat outside for a bit to get some fresh air. But it was really weird. Like, I had it and the baby was kicking like crazy afterwards, and I felt like I was having like heart palpitations. So I don't know if that's got something to do with the glucose drink or not, I don't know. What was really good was I was supposed to be there till 10:40 and then go to my midwife's appointment at 1:40, so I would have had to come back later on. But the midwife popped out while I was waiting and said, do you want to have your appointment now? So whilst I was waiting, I went to go and see the midwife, but before I get onto that, I'll just tell you what happened after the 2 hours. Went back in the room, she took my bloods again, and then she told me to ring tomorrow after 10 a.m. and they'll be able to give me the results and let me know if I do have, you know, gestational diabetes, and to let me know what my iron levels are like as well. So I went to see the midwife, and she asked me did I get the scan a few weeks before. So obviously if you've seen, it might be my last video or the one before, I went to the hospital and the sonographer didn't want to give us the scan because she said that it's too late for a dating scan and too early for a growth scan. So I explained to her what the midwife or the sonographer said at the hospital. Needless to say, she wasn't happy, and she's put in a complaint to her manager because she said that she sent the request to ask for the growth scan, and even though it might not be accurate because of the dates that I am, it's necessary to make sure that I'm not further gone than what I am for the home birth. So yeah, I explained to her everything, and then she said, right, okay, leave it with me and I will get in touch with my manager and decide what we're going to do going forward. So she checked everything's okay with the baby. My bump from 3 weeks ago, I think I was 31, measuring 31. This time I was only measuring 32, but I did say to her it doesn't feel like my bump's been growing as quickly as before. So she said that the baby doesn't feel like abnormally big when she was like feeling my stomach. She said it doesn't feel small, but it doesn't feel unusually big. But she just said I am quite concerned still that we don't have anything to go off growth wise, because I showed her what I got from the private clinic, the scan results, but she said they'd need to, you know, to have their own from their own hospital. So she got in touch with her manager, and the manager said that I'm going to have another appointment with a consultant. I wasn't really going to be having to see a consultant again unless there was something significant So that's booked in for July, but she said she wants to try and see if she can bring that forward, because she said she wants to have the growth scan sooner rather than later. So to be honest, I don't really know what the concern is so massively now. I think because I've had that private scan and saw that the baby's not unusually big, I'm not really, me personally, I'm not worried about it, but I don't want to jeopardise having a home birth and the midwife's not coming out. So I think I'll see the consultant and see what they say. But I did ask what would I be seeing the consultant for, and what it looks like is he'll make the final decision of, right, do I need to go for the growth scan or not? And if I do, then he'll send the request, and more than likely, I suppose, if he sends the request, then whichever sonographer is going to be doing it, they're not going to be questioning it and turn us away like they did last time. But I did say, will it be the same woman? Because obviously, if they've put a complaint in, you know, I don't want like a funny atmosphere, but she just said more than likely it won't be the same woman. But she knew straight away who it was before I even said the name, because she said she's really good at her job, but it's just her bedside manners can be like lacking sometimes, which I think there was when we went in. But I think if any of you know, if you've got kind of a fear of hospitals anyway, or you don't really like to go there that often, it's not, and you say your emotions are all over with you being pregnant anyway, it's not always the nicest thing when you go there and someone's not so pleasant with you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'll have to just see what happens, but I will keep you posted if I do hear anything, if my appointment's brought forward and I do go and see the consultant. The 27-week update. I think as I'm approaching the 3rd trimester, I'm starting to get more symptoms, so I'm really feeling a lot more tired, feeling a bit achy, feeling like quite a bit of pressure down there, which she said normal. And like the other night I had really bad insomnia and I was up quite a lot, but then when I had some extra magnesium and had a Dead Sea salt bath the following night, I ended up sleeping no problem, and I ended up waking up in the same position that I fell asleep in, which is really unusual, because usually I end up waking up on my back and then I'm in really like in a lot of agony, because you know, I think like the baby's putting a lot of pressure like on my back. So I had a bit of stiffness in the leg when I was like laid on my side the whole time, but it was so brilliant just to have a night of unbroken sleep. And my appetite, I am quite hungry, but you know when you just feel like you don't know what you want to eat, like my imagination again and creativity when it comes to knowing what to eat and things like that, it's just totally out of the window. So I'll show you the bump, and my belly button's popped out. I don't know if it had done last time, but I've noticed it this week that it's popped out. So here's the bump. And you see it's like popped out. It was quite an innie before. So yep, there's the bump. So I will be making another video next week, and I really hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please can you give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if any of you have any comments, and if you really liked this video and you'd like more, then please click the subscribe button. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!